Welcome back, Hot Wheel collectors. Today I've got a true Hot Wheels haul for you. This is a Hot Wheel vintage haul, and I've got a whole bunch of cool stuff all the way from the 70s up into the late 1990s here to show you. Some really rare cars that I just picked up, and it's been a while since I've had a Hot Wheel haul, so I'm actually quite excited to do this. I normally have been doing Greenlight and M2 and all the rest, but let's get right into this. And with the amount of Camaros you're going to see in this video, you're going to almost think, is this one of the casting specific variation videos? No, it's not. It just so happens I came across a lot of really cool Camaros from a seller that's liquidating his collection, and I had to pick them up. So that's what a big chunk of this collection is blown Camaros, those 1980s ones that you've seen up in the first row, right back to the Camaro Z28s, which are the older style with the round headlights. Also in the background we've got some of those power launchers. I had one of my viewers asking me if I had any Hot Wheel power launchers, and it just so turns out that I did buy a few power launchers. Another collector liquidating his power launcher set. He pretty much had every single one of them, and some of them were going for huge money. There was an Austin Mini Cooper that sold for $80 US. The book value on those ones is like $3, so I'm not really sure what's going on. A few of these cars I did have to spend about $20 on to get them, and I think I had a special drink in me when I was buying them, because I can't imagine why I'd spend that much money on these things, but I did. And one of them was that blown Camaro, which was an impulse buy because I had just bought it loose here from this Camaro collector. But I was disappointed to see that I spent about $15 and it had some chips on it. Now, it was advertised, I did see that. I just kind of jumped the gun on it. But then, not a few minutes later, I was looking around, and, you know, with all the technology on eBay, there it was. It linked me up with a brand new one in the package for almost the same price. So I think I spent $20 on that one. Another really rare car I want to get to is this Ferrari Testarossa from the 1989 Hot Wheels Speed Fleet edition of cars, Speed Fleet. Check out the rear bumper on this one. It's got a tan bumper. These cars always came with red bumpers on the back, and it should have had a tan interior with red seat inserts. And I just grabbed this one off my display wall. 1987 was the release date on this one. As you can see, it's got the red bumper on the back compared to the tan bumper on that other one, and the red seat inserts, as I was talking about. So I think that's a one-piece, if you were to take this car apart, one-piece plastic part that makes up the bumpers and the seats, and hence why this one here has the all tan with tan bumper. So pretty cool. Hard piece to find. Probably not going to open that one up. They are extremely hard to find. Now that you've seen the overview of cars I picked up this month, I'd like to show you these cars in a little bit closer up detail. First off the bat, we're going to go down this diagonal line of vintage cars, very vintage cars I should say, ranging from 1976 all the way to 1985, I think. So right up here at first, we've got the 1983 Camaro Z28s. These were released in metal flake gray and gray enamel paint. As you can see, the first one has the gray silver metallic flake in the paint. The other one a very flat gray, and this gray one is a lot harder to come by than the silver metallic version. Very, very rare car to find, and especially in really good condition like this one is. Pretty much dead mint. Actually, all these cars are dead mint, and that's part of the reason why I picked them up, because it's really nice to have these basically brand new. They look like they just came out of a package. Now looking at a pair of Turbo Mustangs. This 1985 release with the black paint job is known as the SVO Mustang. And the 1984 release with the white paint job and yellow base. A very hard car to find. Both these Mustangs are extremely hard to find in good condition, and that's one of the reasons why I just had to jump on these ones. So you can see the bases on them, all metal. It's got the Hot One wheels on it, gold Hot Ones. These things just fly when you're rolling them across the tabletops. They roll so smoothly. What a cool casting. Now these ones have been retooled and are available now in different modern series. but it's a real throwback to see these classic cars from decades ago. Next up, the Flat Out 442, based on an Oldsmobile. This one was released in 1983, gold Hot One wheels. And it's not an overly rare car. This one came in yellow and green, the Canadian release, and orange. But this one here is it's almost like a gold, auburn colored, metallic gold, I would say. And I just didn't have one in really good shape, so for like $8, I couldn't go wrong buying that one. It really was part of the collection that was needed. Most of my collection I'm going for mint now, because I've just been at this for quite a while. So next up, let's look at some of the more classic cars of the bunch. The Monte Carlo Stalker. A similar casting, also called the Lowdown. Nice arrangement of cars here. So the two that I just picked up are these lemon yellow versions, a lemon yellow Redline and a mint, not one flea bite on it, lemon yellow Blackwall. This is the hardest Monte Carlo to find. I actually just traded with Dreadnought 320 for his, which was in really nice shape. I've actually got it out here. Really nice condition on that one as well. But when I saw this one, which I've been looking for on eBay for years, randomly come up only weeks after I got one in trade, how could I not buy it? Not a scratch on it. The base looks like it's brand new. This one was released in 1977, the only year it would have been released, and just a piece of history, so could not pass that one up. And at the same time, I got the Redline version, same yellow shade. And again, also completely mint. Just like package fresh on both these cars. I couldn't believe it. And just to give you a quick idea of the paint difference. Here is the dark yellow version. Much more common color of this car. I'm not really sure if that's going to show up on the camera or not. Might have to use a different background. And this car will be in one of my casting specific videos in the future, so we can look at it under better lighting then. But there's the other Blackwall version. So I've got two of these extremely rare cars now, and quite nice. I wonder if he's going to want that one back now. I'm not really sure. To find out. Anywho, moving on. Oh, that's why I couldn't see the difference. Here it is. Here's my dark yellow version. Or no, that's another dark yellow version. I got two dark yellow ones out here. Oh, this one was the Blackwall, that's right. My dark yellow Redline is in mint shape as well. I already had this car. But it looks like my dark yellow Blackwall, not absolutely mint, but in pretty nice condition. This is more typical, I would say, of a car of its age. One thing I'm just noticing now about this car is the lemon yellow version I just picked up has a very matte finish. There's no gloss to it really at all. It's kind of flat. Whereas I look at the one that I got recently in trade, and it's got a real shine to it, and actually is a bit darker yellow. So this new one that I just picked up is the lightest of the lemon yellow cars I have here, and I've got three of them. These dark ones, the dark yellow ones next to it, are especially different. I'm not sure if this is picking that up, but well, hopefully it is. But either way, I'll put both lemon yellow Blackwalls next to each other, and you should be able to see there is quite a difference in the paint jobs on these cars. Now, just couldn't help myself. I picked up two more of these crack-ups. These are from 1986, I believe. 1985 and 1986, I think. They've all got some interesting names like Front End Smasher or something like that. I don't even know what they are. I don't have the packaging here with them, but pretty cool cars. And these ones are completely mint. You can see it's got the rotating front piece with the pop-up hood. So on impact, the only chip on this car. Really nice to add these to the collection. I already had them as well, but again, they weren't very much money, and I was already buying a whole bunch of cars off this seller, so it made sense to just pick them up and add them to my archive, my Hot Wheel archive. Let's start with this row of cars first. As I had pointed out in the start of the video into the introduction, these are Toys R Us exclusives. I just pulled out my only car I had up to this point and found that it was in my 1998 display wall. So that's when these cars were released, in the 20 pack or 10 pack exclusives, I think. One or the other, 10 or 20 packs. But you can see how badly I needed a new white one. And the yellow ones are pretty hard to find. The green ones, I've never seen this car before up until when I bought this one. So I think the green one is probably the rarest of the bunch. And the yellow and the white ones are probably more equally hard to find, but I'm going to think that the green one is probably the most difficult to find. And also I did spend twice as much on the green one as I did on the yellow one, at like $38 or something for that green one, which is just crazy. Anyways, next up we've got two of these Police Pursuit Camaros. These were from the 1998 5 packs. They were exclusive to those sets and would have come with a few other cars, which I do have, but we're going to try and limit this video to what's new. And as you can see, this one's got the 5-spoke rims on it, metal base. This is the common one that I already had, and the difficult to find version, which I just picked up, has these 5-dot wheels on it, which actually look quite atrocious, but if you're a variation hunter, then you gotta pick them all up. Next, we'll take a quick peek at these 1994 Chevy 5-pack exclusives. These also came with a whole bunch of other Chevys, and I think I missed out on one of the... Yes, I did. I missed out on the variation that had the Ultra Hot style wheels. The very common one is this Blackwall version, which I already had. And they all have pretty much glossy metal black bases, as far as I know. I just picked up the 5-spoke version, the 7-spoke version, and the 3-spoke version. So pretty cool little cars. They got the Hot Wheel logo on the back window and Camaro. No interior, as you can see. It's one of those cars, no interior in it, which is strange, but that's the way these Camaros have been pretty much all along. And most of the time we didn't notice because they had black windows, such as these ones here. Now this one I already had. It's the 1989 Park and Plate version, which is actually extremely hard to find. It's got the black in the tampo on the bottom, metal base, gold Hot One wheels. The most common to find is this 1989 mainline version, which also came out in the 1989 Park and Plates. I already had that one too. The most difficult one to find here, next to the black tampo version, or actually probably even more difficult, is this one with the Ultra Hot wheels on it. Another 1989-1990 version of the Park and Plate car, only found in the Park and Plate series. Here's an interesting Camaro with the Screamer style wheels from the Big Air jump set, or stunt ramp set, I think it's called. Stunt ramp, Big Air stunt ramp. So I'm pretty sure that one came out in 1994. It's got the metal base, plastic body, and the Screamer style wheels. They call them Screamers because when this thing goes down the track with those ridged wheels, it makes a heck of a lot of noise, like a screech, or screecher, not screamer, screech wheels. Anyways, I don't have any more information on that car at this time. Here's a pretty random car from, I think, 1994 or 96, probably 96 actually. Mainline series car. I was missing this 7-spoke version, so that's why I bought it. I think the common version was a 5-spoke. Might have come out with some other variations. And this one here is another common mainline car from 1998 or 99, maybe 97. Not much to say about that really, but for some reason they're out here. I guess I picked them up for pretty cheap. And over to these blown Camaros. Well, these ones actually aren't the blown ones, because the blown ones have the motor sticking through the hood, so I guess you just call these the 80s Camaros, as they'd be known. This one here is from a track set, 1998 or 97. Don't know which one it is. Have to look into that one a little bit more. Metal base. It did say in the listing. I should have printed all this stuff off. Well, I know where this one came from, as I already told you, so we've looked at that one. This one I don't know anything about. Track set car, Probably not that old, maybe 2000, 2001. Plastic body. Still pretty hard to find though. And these ones here I do know about, the 1996 track set cars. These came out with the blue tracks that had all the orange flame on them. Sometimes they were black tracks, they had orange boosters. I got a ton of this stuff actually in a Tupperware. But all these cars came out in that series. They were exclusive to the track sets. So you get one car in each track set starter set, I think it was. It was like an oval with a booster and like 3 lanes of straight track or something. All very difficult to find, plastic bodies. Most of them got beat up from the kids when they played with them on the tracks because they're incredibly fast, metal base, you know, good low center of gravity. But pretty hard cars to find, and especially this one here. This Camaro's got the full blue detailed interior, orange 7 spokes. This car's the exact same, but they cheapened it up and took the interior out and just put in one of those solid blue plastic window pieces. So a little bit easier to find, that one. And these other versions here with the full interior are pretty cool. Also in 1996, another track set car. These came from the track set 5-packs. Track set system 5-pack cars. Lots of variations, of course, in these 5-packs. They all have the basic window installation with no interior, but they do feature 5-spoke wheels, 7-spoke, and 3-spoke with either gold or chrome on the wheels. And rounding this out, the 1994 McDonald's car exclusives, I think, or was it 92? It might have been 92. But these were each one of an 8-car set of McDonald's cars, 4 different castings, 2 color variations. They were also released as mainline cars on the blue cards, but they're exactly the same. This video is getting near 20 minutes now, I know, so we can't let it go on too much longer. And for that reason alone, we're just going to crack open one of these power launchers here, the Camaro one. The rest I'm going to save for a future video that's more geared towards the power launchers and what they do and what that's all about, as well as more details. But for now, because I did say we're going to open a power launcher, or a few, we're going to open up that blown Camaro one that I just purchased. So here it is, copyright 1998. I imagine these things would have been probably around $3.99 back in the day. Who would have thought they would have gone up in price 6-fold in just a decade and a bit. There's the back. Got the eager Hot Wheel young men fans, as typically portrayed on the back of these packages. The exclusive cars, they were exclusive to these sets. You're not going to find them in any other sets. And a little bit of information on how that works, which again, like I said, we will get into later. Check out that belt clip, isn't that something? But for now, we're just going to open this car up and check it out. Try not to destroy the packaging too much. Look at that. Just cracked open real nice. There it is. The Hot Wheel Power Launcher. Isn't that something? Look at the shine on this thing. Wow. I would not have known it was this shiny while it was still in the package. We'll look at the car first before we examine the power launcher. And forgive my thumbnail there. It's not actually dirty. It's just I stubbed it on a screw while I was doing some woodworking, and I've got a little bit of a blister underneath of it. So, you know, sorry about that. Anywho, nice Camaro. Minty, metal base, metal top. It is in significantly better condition, I would say, than the one I just bought, which clearly has some issues. The windscreen seems to be smushed slightly and scratched. The front has got numerous chips. This is the difference between buying mint and not mint, you know. When you're buying, you gotta look carefully when you're buying these things, because I have no doubt that I overpaid for this chipped up version just because I was in a panic to get a very rare car without doing my due diligence and shopping around. this car here was well worth an additional $5, I would say, especially given that it comes with all of the other components that should have come with it, including being in the package. Don't get caught up in these eBay bidding wars like sometimes can happen. It does happen to the best of us, but just try and control yourself a little bit and do a little bit of homework before you go and spend a lot of money. That's my recommendation. This thing here, pretty cool. As you can see, this piece will attach to other Hot Wheel track, so you can actually use it as a launching platform onto your existing Hot Wheel track. And wow, we better not use the mint version in there. Let's, just in case, I don't know how much power this thing has, let's use the other one that I bought in there. It's got a little plastic bit that comes out. It's like a trigger lock. The instructions are on the bottom. We don't need those, so we'll just pull this back. I can sense a lot of pressure in this thing, so. Oh shoot, there it is. It's launched and ready to go. This thing's gonna fly, I just know it.
Oh, jeez. That thing propels with force.
So like I said, I'm gonna do a review on these power launchers in a separate video that doesn't exceed, you know, the 15-20 minute mark. But we did need to get those cars out so that we could review the blown Camaro like I promised. Anyways, until the next video, happy hunting, happy collecting, and as always, leave a comment and hit that like button. Maybe subscribe if you're a new viewer. Thank you very much.